You're watching 11 Alive Morning News. 11 minutes of nonstop news starts now.
Welcome back. We start your 11 minutes of nonstop news with breaking news. A pedestrian accident has shut down the downtown connector northbound before University Avenue. We have a crew on the scene here showing you this backup. Multiple lanes on the southbound side are blocked as well. And we are seeing delays if you're off to the airport or if you're coming up from the south side mainly. That is a place you don't want to be. Consider using 285, the east and west side perimeter, as alternates. Metropolitan, Moreland Avenue. We've also got Highway 29, a lot of alternates, but right now a red alert with all lanes shut down, connector northbound before University.
Crash, thank you. We continue your 11 minutes of nonstop news coming out of Decatur. That is where a school lunch policy is getting the community to take action.
It comes as City Schools of Decatur officials say that some students would just get cheese sandwiches if they don't pay up on their balance on the meal account. Liza Lucas breaks it down for us. Liza, the policy starting in just a couple of days.
That's right. We're talking about February 2nd here, and this policy is getting a lot of attention this morning. The plan, again, for it to go into effect at the start of the month, and it comes as the district deals with a lunch debt of $88,000. Now, a district presentation shows nearly half of that, about $41,000, comes from a balance for lunch meals. The rest of the balance includes students who get free and reduced lunch, students who left a balance but no longer attend schools in the district, and staff members. Now, the district is asking that negative balances get paid as soon as possible. And this new policy means middle and high school students can only have a maximum of 3 charged meals. That comes out to about $10.50, and that's for the entire school year. That balance would be $9.75 for elementary students. Now, after reaching these limits, students will get offered the alternative lunch meal. Again, that's the cheese sandwich and milk. If the balance does not end up getting resolved, it will be sent to the school counselor. Now, Jasmine Crow, the founder of Gooder, heard about this lunch debt and launched this GoFundMe yesterday. So far, it's raised $5,000. It has a goal of $80,000. We have reached out to the district for a statement, but in a presentation, the superintendent also acknowledged that some states have eliminated alternative meal plans due to the idea of lunch shaming. But she says Georgia is not one of those states. And the district, as a result, must be fiscally responsible within current guidelines. We also know, guys, that there are other districts in the metro that have alternative meal policies in place.
All right, we'll keep following it, Liza. Thank you. This just in, right now, the Biden administration is urging the U.S. Supreme Court to reverse abortion pill restrictions. The administration is asking the court to bring back wider access to the drug. On Tuesday, the pill's manufacturer, Danco Laboratories, filed a written brief in its appeal of the Fifth Circuit. Oral arguments have not been scheduled yet, but they are expecting that to happen sometime in early spring. This morning, former President Donald Trump is predicted to be the winner of the GOP primary in New Hampshire. His opponent, former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley, vowing to stay in the race at least through Super Tuesday in March. On the other side, President Biden beat his Democratic challengers in New Hampshire as a write-in candidate. Now candidates turn their eyes to South Carolina's primary in February. Georgia's presidential primary, by the way, set for March 12th.
And that was a look at some of your top headlines this morning. Chesley, how are we looking out there?
Looking wet. We have some scattered showers out there. They'll be off and on as we head through the rest of the day as well. Scattered. They're light for the most part, but scattered. That's the way it's going to be, off and on as we head through the rest of the day. Now, we're dealing with the fog as well this morning. You see reduced visibilities out there, down to 1 mile visibility in a lot of spots. In fact, 0 visibility in parts of Canton and over into Duluth. 1 mile visibility in parts of Atlanta, over toward Covington, Athens. It gets a little bit better once you make your way a little bit further down to the south and up to the northwest. Excellent visibility at 10. That's good visibility. Temperatures are in the 50s. Give me out some 40s out there. 48 right now in Gainesville, 46 in Duluth, 49 degrees in Canton, 47 degrees over into Athens. You're at 46 right now in Covington. Everywhere else, we're in the 50s. Nice mild start, and we'll stay mild this afternoon. Break out the rain gear, folks. You're going to need it. Again, off and on scattered showers with heavy rain coming in here later on tonight. 63 degrees will be our afternoon high. Our winds out of the east at about 7 miles per hour or less for today. You notice the rain back off to the west of us. Heavy rain as well in northern parts of Mississippi and central portions of Mississippi. That's all headed in our direction. Won't arrive here until later on tonight. I'm thinking after 8, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, make its way to the metro area. This map here shows you where that moisture is. You can see where we have the green and the yellow, some of that orange in there. That's where we have the moisture. And that's over us now. Will continue to be over us over the next couple of days. That dark blue there indicates the drier air. When will that arrive here? Well, it will approach the area at least by Friday. Notice Friday we stay on the moist side. side starts to allow a little bit of dry air to work in, but don't get used to it. We've got more moisture that's going to be coming up from the south. Will spread over us Friday into Saturday. It won't be until Sunday, finally, that we'll start to see some of this drier air begin to penetrate our area and overtake us. That means by next week, we'll have some drier air around. Because of all this rain that we'll have, and we'll have rounds of it over the next few days, we have a flood watch that takes effect tonight at 7 o'clock and will last through 7 o'clock p.m. on Friday. You see the highlighted counties, which includes Atlanta over toward Rome. We're looking at anywhere from 2 to maybe 4 inches of rainfall. So that excessive runoff could lead into some flooding for our area creeks and streams and rivers. So something that we'll be paying attention to. Hour by hour forecast shows the scattered showers around this morning. We'll hold on to that as we head into the afternoon. Here comes that line of showers, maybe some embedded thunderstorms, certainly enclosed in this as it begins to move over toward the metro area. Will be with us after about 10, 11 o'clock tonight and stay with us through the wee hours of the morning into Thursday morning, where we'll have a bit of a break and then more scattered showers start to pop up during the afternoon. A few embedded thunderstorms certainly possible with that, and we'll see another round of it as we head into Friday as well. Temperatures stay on the warm side, 68 degrees Thursday and Friday, 67 degrees by Saturday. With the front moving through the area by Sunday, we'll see those temperatures cool down as we dry it out back to the 50s as we start next week.
All right, a major red alert is going to continue for the downtown connector. You can see all lanes on the connector. This is northbound, completely shut down. Southbound traffic, we've got a couple of left lanes blocked. This is all happening right before University Avenue. GDOT telling us a pedestrian was struck, so an investigation is now underway, and I fear the worst. Connector northbound could be closed for the next several hours. All right, we've got to make a plan because these delays are stretching all the way back on I-75 and 85 as folks come up from the airport. Jerry Carnes has been on the scene since we brought this to you as breaking news. So, Jerry, I know you've got a great vantage point there, what you're looking at. If you can give us an update on what you're seeing exactly.
Well, Crash, we've been here close to an hour now, and we are seeing absolutely no movement on the downtown connector. A little bit earlier, when we first got here, we were watching vehicles get around the crash scene using the far right shoulder. That's no longer the case. Everyone at a standstill. The only movement we see is the occasional vehicle trying to pass all of the backup here in the emergency lane, which is illegal and just not helping things at all. Earlier, when we were able to get a look at the crash scene, we saw emergency responders in the center lanes. We did see a Grady ambulance leaving the scene. No word of the extent of injuries, but I did talk to GDOT, and they tell me word from the Atlanta Police Department is that this was a pedestrian struck, and of course that means an investigation that could take a while. Back to you, Crash.
All right, Jerry, let's give you those northbound alternates. Highway 29, which is Roosevelt Highway, Metropolitan Parkway, Highway 54, Jonesboro Road, or Moreland Avenue. Now, they are staging cones just past the scene. That may be an indicator they're going to try to open up a couple of right lanes, but for now, the connector northbound before University completely shut down. A little bit of good news on that Midtown ride, 85 south to Reckitt-Lennox Cheshire Bridge, off to the right, but delays stretch back to Claremont Road. Aisha?
Christ, thank you. There are some concerns that a plea deal taken by one defendant in the YSL RICO trial could be revoked.
That former defendant, Trontavia Stevens, currently testifying against rapper Young Thug, 5 others in this RICO case. Stevens has testified for about 7 days throughout the trial. The state tried to take evidence of crimes and social media posts involving Stevens and connect them to Young Thug. Stevens took a plea deal, agreed to testify, but because of inconsistent statements, prosecutors may reconsider. January is Mentorship Month, and new this morning, the CEO of Big Brothers Big Sisters of Metro Atlanta say they've now measured the impact of youth programs like placing paid mentors inside schools.
In our schools, attendance is up, disciplinary issues are down, kids are doing better in the classroom, and we know that mentorship works.
It's really making changes in the city.
98% of our young people graduated high school on time, 98% were promoted to the next grade level, and 98% avoided the criminal justice system. So mentorship is really a solution for a city. If we can keep kids in school, keep them learning and help them graduate, not only are they productive citizens, but they have, that's the fastest way out of poverty.
Right now, Big Brothers Big Sisters has an iconic membership auction to raise money for youth programs. You can place your bids online right now. Chesley?
Thanks a lot, Cheryl. By noon today, we'll still keep those scattered showers in forecast. They'll be off and on. 56 degrees will be our temperature by noon, on our way to 63 for a mild afternoon high. Even by 6 o'clock, temperatures will still be in the 60s. Heavy rain coming in later on tonight. I'm thinking after 10 or 11 o'clock, could be a couple embedded thunderstorms, and that's going to linger right on into the weekend. Crash.
All right, Chesley, appreciate that. This traffic red alert's going to be with us for quite a while. The connector northbound before University Avenue completely shut down with a pedestrian accident. GDOT telling us they are investigating this. We've got multiple ways to get around it, including the perimeter, Moreland Avenue, Jonesboro Road, or Metropolitan Parkway. We're going to get you an update at 7:26, but the connector northbound before University is shut down. Folks, the Today Show is coming up next. We'll update you at 7:26 and at 11alive.com.